KTS Tulsi, would you concede Subramanian Swamy was always right and you were completely wrong throughout as far as this case is concerned? Because every single claim, Mr. Tulsi, that was made of how she was killed, from Alprax to God knows what, lupus, diseases that never existed, have all been proven wrong today. Would you begin by conceding you were wrong and Swamy was right throughout?
Not at all.
Even now you would say so.
I would like to say to you, Arnab, of course, I want to tell you that the case is inconclusive. These reports by themselves, they state that they are inconclusive. The FSL report is inconclusive, CFSFL report is inconclusive, the post-mortem report, even the panel agrees that is inconclusive. It is still a mystery as to whether it is suicide or murder.
No, one second. Let's argue logically. Let's get Subramanian Swamy in first. Okay, let Subramanian Swamy respond to you, because you take this. You know, I find this interesting. The only legroom you have to now is to say it's inconclusive. What is conclusive, Mr. Tulsi, is that everything which was said earlier has been proven to be a lie. Now, as a logical question would be, why were people lying? Why were people lying? Were they trying to cover up something?
You are treading a very dangerous ground. You are accusing someone and not willing to wait for the system, for the justice system to play out. You are delivering premature judgments.
I am only questioning what was claimed and what's been proven.
Impossible.
I know that she didn't die of hypertension. She didn't die of
impossible.
So I'm okay, fine. Let's get Subramanian Swamy's initial comments.
This is not something for laymen to decide.
Sir, I think the people, sir, you say I am going on dangerous ground. I think the people who are going on dangerous ground are the people who are lying all this while and giving theories. She overdosed on Alprax. She had lupus. Subramanian Swamy. Subramanian Swamy is responding to you.
Find out who is lying.
Subramanian Swamy is responding to you. Yes, Dr. Swamy.
Yeah. Well, the issue is not that we are convicting anybody just now. We now have enough lies, frauds, tampering of evidence to demand an inquiry, a comprehensive inquiry.
Yeah.
Now, take for example, Mr. Shashi Tharoor.
I agree with you.
He moved into All India Medical Institute, saying that he had heart palpitation. The medical records of AIM says that he had nothing of the kind. He was perfectly healthy, but instead of that, he used his position to send emails to the director, pointing out how it is a natural death and how it should be arguments should be adduced for that. Now, why would somebody do that? Why would somebody in 24 hours get the body cremated, pushed through? What was the police doing for the last 10 months? So I think all we are asking for is a CBI inquiry. Now, in the case of Mr. Gopinath Munde, it was a completely deserted street. It was a clear accident from anybody's analysis, but the people felt that this should be settled. So a CBI inquiry was ordered. Why should Mr. Tulsi object to a CBI inquiry when the Delhi police is not in a position to look at the total ramification?
No, Dr. Swamy, you are one of the greatest.
Well, that's a good news that you are not objecting.
In the country. And no, I'm not objecting. I am saying that you are such a great crusader. Just don't deliver judgment at this stage. I agree with you that there should be a comprehensive
I am not delivering a judgment.
No, he's not delivering judgment.
Completely with you.
No, he's not. No, one second. One second. First of I find this, 1 second to Mr. Tulsi, you are muddying the waters of this debate by saying we are passing judgment. Who's passing judgment? I'm not passing judgment. I'm asking questions. Subramanian Swamy is asking questions. Who's passing judgment? We're asking the questions legitimately. It was claimed she overdosed on Alprax. No, 1 minute. Let's go one by one. Now, let's spend some time into detail. It was said she overdosed on Alprax. Am I right, Subramanian Swamy?
Arnab, can I
No, one second. Absolutely.
One second.
Totally false.
There were some people who said she overdosed on Alprax.
I just want to caution you.
Sir,
I just want to caution
Sir, don't
you
worry,
about
I know the
judgments
law.
of
I'm
the
not.
Supreme Court, including in Sahara.
Sir, let me tell
you.
you.
may know more law than me, of course.
Sir, let me tell you, no, I don't know more law than you, but I have some common sense. I understand what you're trying to suggest, and I know that you're not threatening me. But my question is, I know you're not threatening me.
Can I utter a sentence?
No, sir, I said I know you're
utter
not
a
threatening me. Legally.
Not at all. All that I'm saying is that the Supreme Court says that when matters are pending investigation,
Right.
we should avoid analyzing the evidence on media. And this is the latest judgment of the Supreme Court of Constitutional
No, one
Bench
sec.
by Justice Kapadia.
One minute.
In Sahara
Okay, fine, I got your point. I got you. So you know, I'll just ask you. The initial theory floated was that Sunanda Pushkar was depressed and consuming Alprax on an empty stomach along with cigarettes and coconut water led to her death. Now it has been proved the drug was never consumed in the first place. So it clearly indicates it was not a case of accidental death. And I preface everything by saying that the honorable judges, the honorable court will decide on everything. The matter is in their domain. But I am asking you today, KTS Tulsi, that are you clear today from the new evidence that it was not a case of accidental death? Are you clear about it? Would you accept on television Sunanda's was not an accidental death? Will you accept that much today? From the evidence at hand, or will you dodge that?
I will accept that.
You'll accept? Oh, that's a big admission. Subramanian Swamy, that's a big admission.
Death.
That's a big admission, isn't it?
It's an unnatural death.
That's a big admission. That's a big admission itself, KTS Tulsi. So, KTS Tulsi says Subramanian Swamy...
Whether it's suicide
and he's
or murder
also in
remains
favor of a
question.
CBI inquiry.
Yes, he's not. He's still opposing a CBI inquiry. KTS Tulsi is still opposing a CBI inquiry.
No, I'm not opposing.
No, he's agreeing.
I'm not opposing.
So you're welcoming a CBI inquiry?
I'm agreed that let there be a CBI inquiry.
All right.
Let there be a CBI inquiry so that people are at least have a feeling that there has been a credible investigation.
So there's something very suspicious going on.
The
And I
truth
preface everything by saying, let the honorable courts decide, that the courts of this country are competent enough to decide on this matter, and the honorable judges will use their wisdom to decide on the matter. But Subramanian Swamy, if Alprax was not inside her body, why was it on her bedside? If she was not prescribed Alprax, where did she get it from? Did somebody go and put it beside her on her table? Was Shashi Tharoor, the other occupant of the room, prescribed Alprax?
That's right.
Were the pills of Shashi Tharoor? And if it were not his pills of Alprax, is it safe to conclude that these Alprax pills were placed by a third party? Who was the third party? Are these not questions we have a legitimate right to ask, Dr. Swamy?
Now, let me give you some information. The Delhi police has the following information. Where at 4 o'clock or thereabouts, Mr. Shashi Tharoor's private secretary phoned him up and said that Sunanda is dead. But Shashi Tharoor's statement to the police is that I first came to know she was dead at 7:30. Now, suppose I am only asking...
How can this be?
How can this be? If what the information I've got is correct, don't you think that is suspicious?
How can this be? How can the police say 4:30, he says 7:30? How? It's a 3-hour delay. Is that true? Mr. Tulsi, are you aware of this? Is there any truth in what Subramanian Swamy is saying here now?
I'm not aware of this.
If true, the matter becomes more suspicious.
I'm not aware of this. And
you are not aware of this?
I don't know how this half-baked information gets revealed and to what extent it is reliable.
Why are you...
I would leave it to the experts. The police is an expert in the field.
No, 1 second. Is your information half-baked,
and I want to mention...
Ask the police.
Arnab, please allow me to say something. The Visra report, the CFSL report, which has become which was submitted about 10 days ago, is positive for alcohol.
She didn't die of alcohol. She died of poisoning.
Just a minute.
She didn't drink herself to death. She was poisoned.
I'm coming to that.
She was poisoned.
I know that. You don't have to shout at me.
I'm not shouting at you. I'm making a point.
All right. We can make points without shouting at one another. I would like to say that the third thing it is positive about is acetaminophen. And the fourth is Conti-9. And the laboratory has accepted that in India we don't have facilities for being able to recognize many types of poisons.
Sir.
And therefore, that is why
Huh.
it is inconclusive.
No.
Now the police
No,
will
no,
find
no,
out.
no. 1 second, 1 second. What the AIMS medical report said.
Again,
No,
you
sorry,
want to
Mr.
jump at a
Tulsi, you are a
conclusion.
great lawyer, but you're not a doctor or a forensic expert. And hence, on that, I'm on equal ground with you. Neither am I a doctor or forensic expert, neither are you. So the fact is,
May
sir.
I ask Tulsi a question?
Oh, you are. You can go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask him a
Yes,
question.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right. If Mr. Tulsi, have you seen the video of the autopsy?
No, I have not. I don't think it is public.
Yes, you have not.
I have
All right. If you
information
have not, let
only
me ask
from.
you.
I have information only
let
from
me
the
ask
internet.
you-
I have information
All
from
right.
the internet on the basis
all
of a
right,
note
let me
prepared
ask
by
you-
my junior for me.
Let me then ask you. Let me then ask you that
Yes,
it
sir.
is there in the final autopsy
sir.
report that there was a injection
Yes,
hole
sir.
in her hand.
Yeah.
And that in her cheek
Yes,
there
sir.
was a blood coagulation because somebody seemed to have tried to open her mouth. So what you do, you give first the
Yes,
deadly
sir.
poison of polonium and then you make her swallow all the other things to mislead an investigation. Isn't that a possibility?
No, sir. May I endeavor to answer that? Of course, I say that everything is a possibility. One cannot rule out anything. But to jump to a conclusion, even the doctors who have seen the injury
No,
and
no,
the doctors
no.
who have seen the needle prick. Just a minute. Let me finish.
What conclusion have
Needle
we
prick.
jumped to?
They also could not conclude. No, they did not. The doctors could not conclude. Why are you concluding? It is for the,
So
for
it's asking the
police now
questions.
to further investigate.
Doctors
There
have
is
concluded.
clinical evidence.
Doctors have
Whatever-
concluded it is unnatural death.
Unnatural death, everybody agrees. But the question is whether it's suicide or murder. Unnatural
1
death
second.
does not make Mr. Shashi Tharoor guilty.
No, 1 second. Nobody. Why?
This is the-
Did he say Shashi Tharoor?
No,
You said Shashi Tharoor.
no.
Did he say Shashi Tharoor? You
Of
said
course,
Shashi Tharoor.
Every
I
You said
never
Shashi
said
Tharoor.
Shashi
no,
Tharoor.
each one of the points. Each
Sir.
one of the points. Of course, you have named Shashi Tharoor.
Sir, you know the question is.
Both of you have named
no,
Shashi Tharoor.
no. Who showed Shashi Tharoor? Who said
Of
Shashi
course.
Tharoor? No, 1 second.
I don't know.
Nobody. Maybe all
But
I said.
you haven't taken
All I
that
said
name.
is that there is a man called Shashi Tharoor. It's an observation, not an accusation.
All right,
And
there
I
is a
would
man
like to
called-
tell you there is a Chinese wall between an observation and an accusation. All I'm saying is my observation is that there is a man called Shashi
And-
Tharoor who seems to be making all kinds of attempts to tailor possible explanations for his own wife's death when he knows the matter is so serious already under investigation.
Every husband will be so distraught.
Really? And every
On this
husband...
kind of a development.
No, 1 second. So
You-
the question
of
is...
course.
So my question
Oh,
to you,
really?
sir. My question to you, sir, is you say every husband. Now, if your wife has injury marks on her body, unexplained
What does the
injection marks,
CRP say?
bruises, right? If there is an anesthetic
The
which is there on her body,
Doctors
all of
know
which
more
suggests...
than you. Doctors know more than me.
Sir, tell me one
So
thing.
the doctors feel that it is not conclusive.
Sir, as a...
The injury marks are not sufficient to suggest
Sir, fact
anything.
is, I'm asking you
whether
a
it's suicide
layman.
or murder.
No, I'm asking you a layman question. Subramanian, yes, Subramanian Swamy. Go ahead, Subramanian Swamy. I'll make my point after that.
Yeah, I'm saying that none of us has said that Shashi Tharoor is guilty of killing his wife. He could have been played
Good.
any other role. We are not ruling anything out. But the IPC says that he is the first suspect because the marriage was less than 7 years.
IPC doesn't say that. IPC doesn't say that. There is an equal, actually, a reason to believe that she was suspecting her husband and she was very upset. And no, there can be all
It comes
kinds of
out of the
possibilities.
dowry death question.
No. We can't pull rabbits out of a hat. There's no question. Nobody is suggesting any of that.
It is there. It is
May I
there
only
in the
say-
IPC, I'm surprised.
Sir, I'm asking you.
379.
No, I'm asking you, why did Shashi Tharoor, no, 1 second, sir, 1 second. Sir, another lie which was propounded, I want to show one piece of paper with you now. This is the Department of Forensic Medicine and Technology, AIMS, Medical Legal Analysis of Medical Treatment Records of late Sunanda Pushkar, submitted by the investigating officer, copy of which is with me. I'd also like to tell Shashi Subramanian Swamy, who mentions the video of the autopsy. I say we have access to the video of the autopsy. The reason we are not putting it out today, and there are certain questions emerging out of the video of the autopsy which rightly Mr. Subramanian Swamy raises about the injury marks, etc., which need to be investigated. The reason I'm not putting out the video of the autopsy is because of dignity to the dead, that's all. But that does not mean it's not a subject matter of investigation. Right. Now, sir, the big lie, the lupus lie. She had lupus and hence she died of lupus. Okay? Now, I have this paper, there 7 or 8 parts of this paper and I've marked it out. Like, let's hold it up. The doctors, well-known doctors, say she had no lupus. You have conducted some 10 or 15 tests to prove that there is no lupus. So my question is, what was claimed is that she had lupus, she was prone to injury, and that is probably why she died. Now, doctors say there's no lupus. The reports debunks the lupus theory. It says that Sunanda Pushkar was thoroughly investigated for systematic lupus erythematosus, SLE. She was found not to be suffering from lupus. Why were all these people and these doctor friends of Shashi Tharoor, etc., pushing the lupus theory? How can you give a dead person, a disease she never had? And why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Can I answer that?
Sir, waiting. Please tell me why. Yeah, why would you do that?
You see, in India, we meet so many doctors.
Huh?
And somebody says one thing, another person says another thing. Now, we have no means of knowing as to whether it is correct or not. The experts have now come to the conclusion it was not lupus.
You just tell a dead person had a disease she never had.
Someone may have... Of course, some doctors can make mistakes. Some doctor may have told them that she has lupus, or somebody in Dubai, or somebody in Kerala, or somebody in Delhi.
Okay, so Shashi Tharoor receives an email from a doctor friend. Okay, so 1 second. Again, Shashi Tharoor receives an email from his doctor friend pushing the lupus angle on the 12th of February 2014. Then days after the post-mortem report is in the public domain revealing angles of possible foul play, the email is forwarded to the AIMS pushing this lupus angle. I want to ask you, why would the husband of the deceased push the lupus angle when there is no medical evidence of a diagnosis of the disease? I mean, why would you do that? Why would you say my wife had lupus when she did not have lupus?
Can I answer that? You know, we deal with
and why would he be in a hurry to cremate her?
Who are accused of... No, we deal with people who are accused of horrible crimes. And we know the psychology of these people who are in the midst of a crisis. When you are in the midst of a crisis and when you are an intelligent man, you make more mistakes.
Oh, so it was a mistake. All of this was a mistake. You spent 10 months proving that that Sunanda Pushkar was not murdered, and you're now saying that it was all one horrible mistake.
Of course.
How?
You know, people in these situations make greater mistakes.
Oh, so now therefore then will they recognize the mistake? But should Shashi Tharoor come out and say, I made a mistake, my wife was murdered? Should he then acknowledge the mistake?
Why should he come out?
Why not?
No. The most precious right of a citizen in India, most precious right given by the Constitution is the right of silence.
Okay.
Not even the judge can force him to answer a question. You are trying to force him to answer a question. You say he's running away from cameras.
Yeah,
we must respect the constitutional
but he was not silent.
We must respect the Constitution.
But he was not silent all this while when he was pushing all kinds of theories. He was sending emails.
You are accusing him of running away from cameras.
Yes.
You are
no, that's not an accusation. Again, it's not an accusation. It's an observation.
You are demonizing him.
So 1 second. Why is it an accusation? What did I say? I said
demonizing.
No, sir. No, I'm not saying. I'm not. There's no accusation. It's an observation that he did run away from the cameras. Now, why should that be taken as an accusation?
No.
It's an observation. The camera came. You ran away from the cameras.
That is because we don't respect this. That is why you don't respect the right of silence. which is a constitutional right. You
So
don't
why
respect
did
the
Shashi
Constitution
Tharoor
that
relay
way.
a personal email with regard to a
But
theory
he
about his
didn't
wife's
exercise.
death to the director of the medical
Why did
institute
he
conducting
relay?
the
He did not
investigation on the
answer.
same when the medical
He
evidence
need
proves that
not
Sunanda was
answer.
perfectly healthy? Why would you do that? You're not a doctor.
Why should he answer any of these questions?
Why
But you can't demonize a
why on
person
the
who
date
is
of
yet to be
autopsy he
found
was
to be
in
guilty.
All India
He
Medical
is entitled to a
Institute?
presumption of innocence.
No, Subramanian Swamy is saying
entitled
something
to
to
a
you.
presumption of innocence. We are
No,
going
I
on
asked-
saying that
I-
this is it. That,
I-
you don't.
I am asking Mr. Tulsi,
Yes, sir.
why did Mr.
Sir.
Shashi Tharoor get himself admitted to All India Medical Institute?
Sir, in whole of my life, I have not even shaken hands with Shashi Tharoor. I don't know. I am talking on the basis of academic discussion that is.
That I
taking
know.
place. It's my junior from the internet who prepared
your
the note.
integrity is
And
not
don't
in
think I'm
question.
speaking for anybody.
No, this is now.
No, he is ready. He is entitled to silence. I am not. I can't answer this question.
Sir, the report says some possible poisons which cannot be
He was
ruled
not
out.
silent. He went to All India Medical Institute.
Yeah, he went to the All India Medical
Which
Institute.
happened-
And on
Go to
false
the institute.
pretenses got
If
admission.
he didn't go to the institute, if he didn't go to the institute, you would have said that why didn't he go to the institute?
He went to the institute admitting,
Everything.
no, he
You know,
falsely claimed that he had
everything is
palpitation. The
Everything.
medical
That's right,
reports show he had nothing of the kind.
Which husband won't get palpitation? It
And
may
then
not
make
be
up
recorded.
theories.
Instead of that,
Obviously
he was
got
trying to
distraught.
doctor the
Who
investigation.
won't be distraught?
No, but if he was
won't be
distraught, why doesn't he want an
like this?
investigation? A CBI investigation.
When did he say that he doesn't want investigation?
So he-
If he's so
And he
easily
doesn't have a
distraught, he
choice.
shouldn't
He's
be
never asked for a
investigated.
CBI investigation, so I
He-
presume he's
the-
doesn't want one.
The suspect has no choice in the matter. The suspect has no choice in the matter. It is for the government to decide as to whether to hand over
Who are you calling the suspect here?
Correct.
Who is the suspect? Who are you describing as
Pardon
a
me?
suspect?
The person whom you are demonizing.
No, who? You just said something there.
You are demonizing a person all through. You're
No,
talking
who?
only
I
about
never
one
called
person.
anyone a suspect. Who did you just call the suspect?
No, we can't be so. Anyway, let's not be so clever.
No, I'm not clever at
Talking
all.
about the same thing.
I'm asking you why didn't the investigating officer submit the reason of the physical injuries?
He
the
is a
circumstance?
suspect.
So
The doctors have treated that. Doctors. do
Shashi
not
Tharoor
find it
is a
conclusive.
suspect because he
You are
told
going
so
on
many
rehabilitation.
lies.
You. All right. Then, you see the investigation. The truth has a
no,
habit
sir. The
of
report
raising its
says.
head.
Sir, you
I can
realize,
tell
sir.
you,
Sir, you see the
howsoever-
report. The report says. No,
howsoever-
1 second. The report says some possible poisons that cannot be detected in a viscera report include thallium, polonium 210, nerium oleander, snake
Right.
bites, photolyle poisons, and heroin. Now consider what the report says about polonium 210. It is a
Correct.
rare and highly radioactive isotope. It is hard to detect because all the radiation remains in the body. A lethal dose could be as little as a few milligrams, which could be administered as a powder or dissolved in liquids or drinks.
Correct.
Then in that case, a very professional hand. Then
Russian poison.
Russian poison says, you think
They
so?
say that
Is it possible a Russian poison was
experts
used?
can't reach a conclusion.
Polonium is
you want to
Russian
reach a
poison.
conclusion. It's
Who would have access to
the
Russian
report
poison?
says that we
Who would have access to Russian poison, Mr. Tulsi?
they don't even say Russian poison is used.
Polonium
You want to
210.
answer this question. You just want to nail one person.
Polonium.
This is
Polonium.
very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Why can't we trust the justice system?
No, sir, I'm
There will
only
be an
asking questions with complete,
investigation report will be given to the court.
Exactly.
Complete-
Exactly.
Why-
complete
No.
faith in the justice
you are
system.
only interested in demonizing the person.
Okay.
Yes.
Subramanian Swamy, this
So
is
that we
getting
cannot
very
get a sense of it.
intriguing.
You have
So
come
that
out
everybody
indeed.
should feel that he is guilty.
Let me ask Mr. Mr. Tulsi, you're a brilliant lawyer, but in the 2G you came out declaring everybody innocent. Why didn't you say at that time, let us wait for the inquiry? You said, in fact, no inquiry is necessary.
Sir, the judgment is not out.
You even in
I never
you said no inquiry is necessary. It is all perfectly right, all right.
No, sir. Sir.
So why
2G
here you are
and
hesitating?
These kind of incidents. About what, sir? Hesitating about
You are
what, sir?
hesitating here to say that there is something suspicious and therefore it requires to be thoroughly probed. There is a possibility, prima facie possibility that Sunanda was murdered.
Yes. No. I don't know. It is for the professionals.
There is a prima facie possibility.
The police officers have more info. Yes. Sorry, sir. Can I answer? The police officers know more than you. They know more than you.
Yeah.
They have
go
seen
ahead.
the
Please
footage.
go ahead.
Okay.
They have seen
Yeah,
the
you don't
body.
know.
Okay, now, no, 1 second. One minute. I raise one more question as no, 1 second. I'm going to the next panel. No, 1 second. But before I go to the next panel, I want to share one thing. Now, it is generally believed that Sunanda Pushkar was planning to hold a press conference at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the day that she was found dead. Just think about it, Mr. Tulsi and Subramanian Swamy, as I move to the next panel. Was she going to reveal something?
That could also be a reason
Was she going to reveal something
That could also
that
be
could
a reason
damage
Yes.
that could damage whoever killed her?
That could be a reason for suicide.
Well, I don't know. If you're going to have a press conference, how can you commit suicide and then have a press conference? Now, this is getting absurd. Mr. Tulsi, Subramanian
before the
Swamy,
press
thank you.
conference.
Thank you. The debate will continue on the other side. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.